Hiya. We're going to make some window pictures of houses because our subject is homes. Some of us are doing homes. These are like I've done this one on black paper, and behind it I've put see-through paper. So you could find the sweetie wrappers if you don't have these are called gels, or you could find, I'll show you the materials in a minute, but basically it's see-through and block, and we're going to make any shaped house. So this one is a tower block, and this one is a little, I suppose you could put little circular windows for a little, like black windows for a little house, and it's just basically it's cut out frame with see-through bits. I'm going to I've put what do you call it, blue tack on the back so that we can stick them onto the windows when we're done. You see that? It's quite high up. Oh well. It's because I've got candles and stuff. Stick them onto the windows, and then they're just nice to decorate. You could do a whole row. You could have a whole row with a skyline of different buildings along your window, or you could have a flying house, couldn't you? You could have one with a balloon and a house on the bottom, like in the movie Up, or you could have a whole shoal of beautiful birds with strings all carrying a house. You could go wild with your imagination, or you could just do the most simplest little house and just stick it on the windowsill. I'm going to reposition this so that we can see the table. Well, that's tricky. And I've got a whole load of scrap here. These are the gels that I've got. They're different coloured gels. If you don't have old sweetie wrappers or gels, I'm going to experiment with this tissue and see if that works as a see-through thing. See, maybe a window would be good if you got the tissue and coloured it in. I wonder if this will work. I think if you do it, if you do this sort of material with too much pen, it can go through and it can make it weaker. But let's have a look. Does that go through? I'm just going to have a look myself. Yes, it does look rather nice with the light shining through it. You can kind of see it like that. It makes it pink. Or you can do it. I'll do another blue one just for. Have I got blue? Got yellow. Do another yellow one. Yeah, if you put your pen down too much on this sort of fabric, it would go through and make a big hole. That would be a nice colour behind one of the holes. There, I've made myself two gels out of coloured tissue. I've coloured the tissue paper. If you don't have fancy stuff or wrappers, and I've got black paper. But if you don't have black paper, please just use white paper or old packaging from a thing, or what else could you use? Anything. Just use something in your house that you've got that you can cut out. And I'm going to draw my picture first. I'm going to draw not just a house. I'm going to draw a castle. Wow, it's so hard to see. I should have a board. My castle is like this. It's got fancy bits up there. And then I'm going to imagine the gels being cut out. Oh, I'm going to cut out a nice big window. Oh, I nearly cut the door round to the bottom, which would have been a mistake. So I'm going to, this could be the back side of your picture. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to see all the pencil lines. So I'm going to make sure that there's a frame. And then I'm going to cut out, no, I can't draw upside down. I'm going to cut out some more windows. But you could have all sorts of different shaped windows. They don't have to be square. They don't have to be, it doesn't have to be a square house. Although you could just draw your own one, couldn't you? Okay, so nice big windows so that you can cut them out. Or if you're really, really highly skilled at cutting, and then you can do smaller windows. So cut around the outside. This is really good practice for your hands. If you're a little person, young person, it's really good to get cutting around the edges. There's a really tricky corner there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to try and cut round with my scissors. I'm going to cut in. So I'm going to cut in and then cut in carefully and then pull that out. Okay. And then around the other edges. Here we go. I've done lots of cutting. There. Now I've got to cut out the windows. So what I do is I fold it over and do a little nip. Can you see that through my the nip there's a hole? And I'm going to put my scissors in and cut little snips with the end of my scissors. And cut, and that's a tricky corner again, so I'm going to cut back into there. Woo, very tricky. Just keep doing little nippy bits in the inside, turning the whole thing around. Cut. I guess you might make a mistake and cut the whole thing in bits, but would you cry? Or would you just maybe make another one? It's all practice. I nipped in and I'm going to go round and round and round cutting the shapes. Wonder what shape your house will be. I'd love to see them. Maybe when we get back to school you can bring them in and we can put them on the windows. Round and round and round. Ooh. There. So, shall I just do that one? I'll do it one. Snip it. Cut it. And then round and round. See, there's a nice big frame around the bottom there, so it won't all fall apart. So, I'm going to stick different colours behind each window, and I'm going to use this bit that I drew on as the back because the front doesn't now have any pencil lines on it. So on my back I'm going to stick this one. Does it fit? No, it'll fit that one. I'm going to use some sellotape. So sellotape, scissors and paper for this activity, or card, and something see-through. So I'm sticking that on and I'll see how it looks. As it looks on the front. Ooh, fancy. We'll see how it looks in the mirror. Oh, it looks even nicer in the light. And so I'm going to measure up that it's going to definitely fit over with a bit of an overlap. There. There. And then stick that over. You have to make sure that everything's stuck down really nicely. Is that my phone? No, that's his phone. And then another one. Oh, I'd put that pink one behind there. I wonder how your lockdown is so far. It's dark, isn't it? I like getting out and going up the hill, and then I get a bit of sunshine and a bit of, well, not sunshine, but I get a bit of light. That's a nice colour, isn't it? Pink. I think I've got a green gel as well somewhere. Stick it over. Don't let it peep out the sides. Better. Try and not put the sellotape over the window as well, because it makes it look a bit duller. The colour goes duller. And then another colour. I wonder if you can see through that. It would look just as good, I think, with coloured paper or paper that normal paper that you coloured in, that you put on the back, because it would just all, it just is nice to see through, really. I've used black paper because it's hard to see through. That's why this is black, and that's why the windows stand out so nicely. Just got to put one more gel on. I swear I've got a green somewhere. Yeah. Bit big. Bit big. There. So it doesn't matter what it looks like on the back. It can be quite messy. As long as it sticks down. There. Ta-da! Let's have a look at it with the window. Have a look. Can you see? Very tricky with one up there. It works. It looks like an animal with ears, actually, not really a palace, but it is a palace, a bit like the one in Brighton. So good luck with that. I hope you enjoy it, and I'd like to see your creations at school. Bye.